The number one thing you have to do entering a career in real estate is close your first client and receive your first commission payout as fast as possible. The hardest thing everyone struggles with becoming a real estate agent is getting over the 2 to 3 month gap of working full time and not receiving payment. That's the biggest obstacle that people face entering real estate, because it requires 2 to 3 months of your attention and your hard work and your dedication and consistency, but you're not going to receive a check for 2 or 3 months. And the way things are in the market right now in late 2022, this has never been more true because there's less inventory out there. And even if you're a real estate agent focusing on helping your clients do new builds, the new builds right now are getting delayed, sometimes by 6 months, right? That's really hard to do, especially if you're starting off in the industry trying to make this your full-time income. This challenge has always been there in real estate every single time someone tries to become a real estate agent, but it hasn't been any harder in all of time than right now. And if you can't find a creative solution to get past that 3-month gap of working and receiving no commission, you're going to have a really hard time making it as a real estate agent in today's market. Now, the real estate agents in my real estate group and on my team actually don't suffer from this issue because we're doing things a lot differently in the niche that we focus on. As a real estate agent, if you focus on multifamily apartments and stick to that niche and just help your clients rent their next apartment for commission, isn't that a simple sounding idea, right? Well, that's the trick, because it is a simple niche. The niche is called apartment locating. Did you know that you can focus your career working as an apartment locator, and instead of helping your clients buy a new home or a resale home, you can actually just help people rent their next apartment? And there's tons of benefits that come along with focusing on this niche, but the biggest one is that it solves the issue of just getting started in the real estate business, because you don't have to worry about that 2 to 3 month gap where you don't really receive checks or your first commission, which really is huge because it could wipe a lot of people out of real estate as an opportunity forever, because it's hard for people to just work for 3 months with 3 months savings saved in their account. My name is Pierre Meji, and 8 years ago I got my real estate license, but the thing that I did differently is I focus on the apartment side of the market and of the business. Ever since I got involved in real estate after failing as a realtor my first 40 days in the business, I almost gave up real estate because I was suffering within the 1 to 3 month period of working full time and not receiving a check. As soon as I quickly realized that that was a problem, I shifted my focus into helping people rent apartments, and my first weekend on the job, I closed 3 real estate clients at a brand new lease-up community, Class A, and received payments within 2 weeks of their move-in. And the cool thing about my business is that, when you help people rent apartments, a lot of the time people procrastinate, and it's funny, a large percentage of my clientele need to find apartments like the next day and move in. You don't really see that a lot with house buying and house selling, because that's more of a long-term play approach, and it's much more of a big deal and a much bigger investment. So you don't really see people buying ASAP or trying to move in a week. I mean, it does happen with homes, but not really as much as apartments. What I'm trying to explain to you is that the nature of being an apartment locator and focusing on rentals is awesome because you can get your commission checks a whole lot faster, which makes starting as a real estate agent just so much more efficient and simpler compared to starting as a realtor. Now, we also did a Google search and looked up the average locator salary compared to the salary of being a realtor, and to everyone's surprise except for me, you can actually make more average income as a locator compared to being a realtor. I mean, we Googled it. The commission payouts you can expect working as a locator are smaller on average than that of closing a home. But the big golden nugget and the idea that everyone's missing in this industry is that even though the commissions are smaller helping people rent their next apartment, the frequency of this business and how many times the clientele just procrastinate and need to move in tomorrow, therefore allowing you to receive your commission check, right? It all adds up to where you can actually make more money at the end of the month than that of being a realtor, and you collect your money faster, and the business is very simple. It's only a 3-step process as opposed to the over a dozen steps it takes to close a client a house. Virtually with helping your clients rent their next apartment, all you do is market your services for free. The client calls you and you send them over a list of apartments, and when the clients tour their apartments alone, they usually deal with the apartment staff to answer more questions and actually sign the only paperwork. Therefore, there is zero paperwork paperwork as a realtor or as the agent that's representing the clients, right? So you don't have to deal with any paperwork. And then the third life cycle stage is just to follow up on the whole process and send an invoice over to the building, so that way the building pays you commission out of their 12-month rental contract. That's literally all it takes, right? And if you've paid attention this far, you'll notice that those 3 steps can be accomplished without even showing up to an office or going to the property with your clientele. That's why this business is super exciting, because it's simpler and it's very efficient, and it allows you to get started in real estate in the best and most efficient and lowest risk possible. But also you can do this work from home as long as you have Wi-Fi connection. Where else have you heard of a realtor being able to work from home and travel the world and go on vacations and still work and net real estate commission by jumping on their laptop? Right? This is a whole entire revolution. And an interesting fact is that there are only less than 10,000 active locators in the market, which are real estate agents leveraging this business model. Compare that to 1.4 million active realtors, and clearly there's a huge competitive advantage and low competition doing the business model that I work in. So if you want to get started in real estate, or expand your current career in real estate, or just switch to this model if you're a current realtor dealing with houses because there's more pay and faster pay and lower risk and you can work from home, then what I invite you to do is click the button below this video and check out my very thorough but also brief presentation that's going to break down this business model detail by detail in the fastest way I could explain it, so that way you can determine for yourself if this might be a good fit. I hope this added some value into your career, and at the very least made you aware of an opportunity in a business model that I bet you've never heard about. So if you want to learn more about this, click the button below and I'd love to see you inside. Worst case scenario, you just watched the free video by clicking the link below and you just learned about a little micro niche in real estate that I bet you've never heard about. And best case scenario, what might happen is you could watch the presentation, adopt the model, and actually bring your real estate career back to life, or double your production as a locator. This might change your whole entire life, so don't miss this video. Click below and I'll see you inside. Another perk of this job, working as an apartment locator, is that you can travel the world and be in like a foreign jungle, because this job allows you to work from home or anywhere in the world that has Wi-Fi. Therefore, you don't actually have to escort your clients actually to a building. All this work can be done from home, which is really cool because realtors can't really do that. You can't really do that if you're a realtor dealing with resale or new homes, because people want to go out and see the home that they're going to spend $500,000 on. Also, the lockbox. There's like lock boxes on resale homes, so they can't even get in unless they have a real estate license and pay for the super key, right? So it's like impossible to work remote as a realtor, but as a locator, you only use 2 tools. It's a super easy process, which allows you to go anywhere in the world that you want that has Wi-Fi, and you can still work, because I'm an apartment locator, not a realtor.